Alrighty. Hello and welcome to 5v5 TO Draft Tournament. Bill's Brigade of Bad Boys hosting. My name is Chief. I'm here with Austin. We're going to be your casters. He's going to be your cameraman. I'm going to be your ref. We got a nice 5v5 tournament lasting all of today and all of tomorrow. On Thursday, 8 captains or 7 captains, whatever it was, faced off and drafted out all the remaining Chivalry Medieval Warfare players. This is 2020, so there's not many of us left, but we were able to get some. We got some stragglers from Mordhau. We got some people that have never pugged before. And we are glad to have you, for sure. So yeah.
Hey, what's up, guys? Okay, so yeah, I just realized I'm muted there. Sorry about that. So, like Chief was saying, my name's Austin. You might know me as Fire Giant. Some of you probably know me as Spacer, and the majority of you, I'd guess, know me as Imp. So I go by a few different names, but just to save the confusion, you can just refer to me as Austin. That's fine. Because that's just I have had so many names in the past. At this point, it's just getting a bit old. But I'm not gonna waste our time here for too long. We're gonna get right into it. But before we start the matches, we're actually gonna watch a montage. Chief, do you want to talk about the player in question that we're watching the montage for here today?
Yeah, sure. So we're checking out Morning. Um, he is making montages probably once every 2 weeks, I think is his schedule. And yeah,
Wow.
he's a pretty high level player. So I'm looking forward to see what he's got. He's usually got some good content.
Yeah, like I know Morning personally. I've been on a team with him. I've been as most of you probably know by now, and I can confidently say that Morning is probably he might be he is um one of the best melee slasher competitors I've ever seen in the scene. And I've been around for a long time. And he's consistent in every game he plays, so we can really look forward to watching something that he produces every time it comes out.
For sure, for sure. Just
Okay,
don't
so
let him make your team, you know?
all right. Memes aside here, we're gonna start off. Okay.
Yeah, let's do it. Tournament time video is called. I'm excited. I haven't seen this one yet. Whoever logs in.
More fun now. Right.
What? Going through my parry.
I'm dead, Warning.
I'll push the cart. John Mark. That's it. I don't know what to do there.
Always first pick.
All right, sorry about that, guys. 1 second here. The audio was a bit funny and the full screen wasn't working, so give me a sec here. I'll restart that. Sorry about that, guys. Give me 1 sec here. Yeah, Yokai, this morning guy is really sick. That is true. Okay. I'm gonna restart it. Okay.
Yeah, sure. Let's just watch a couple minutes. I think we're just at about 2 o'clock, ready to go. Some kind of weird music going on.
Yeah, it's like throat singing.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
And no, it's I really like the mix here of the audio. I think it's a really good choice. That's an insane read.
I'm actually pretty proficient at throat singing, but I'm not gonna grace the screen here.
I'm dead warning.
Oh, you can give us an example after the match, maybe.
Oh yeah. It's not the most pleasant thing to listen to, honestly.
What's incredible about Morning is his ability to predict exactly when someone's gonna fall for the feint or not. Like you're able to see him really just use a lot of mitigation here.
Yeah, for sure.
I
Like
don't know what to do there.
sometimes he just turns his back on the person who's fighting, and it's like he knows he like can see what that person's doing. There's a bad couple of meters there.
And his footwork is just so on point.
Yeah, for sure.
Attempt to parry.
That feint into feint, wow.
Yeah, like you see right there how he just turns away from Nate, goes for the other person, reverses, and knows he's gonna trade. Like, you can't really teach that in this game. Excellent read. Ah, that was
Just-
a Buffalo kill right there.
That was a really, really powerful kill. Wow. That trade.
Yeah, Nate, he does seem to be in a lot of these clips. I mean, coincidence? I think not.
Says a lot about Nate. For the record, you know, I just want to get this out here. I've actually never lost a Chivalry Pug before. I've always been on the winning team. I want to say that right now.
Is that just 2020 or is that all time?
I never played in Chivalry Pugs except for 2020, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was a competitive player, but I didn't really play in Pugs.
Because you have to realize the gravity of that statistic. You never lose a chivalry pug all the time. It's just there is no human being.
Well, the reality is, I think I've only played in 2 or 3 of these with you guys. So it doesn't say that much. Oh.
All right, and we are going to get started here. Looks like everybody's ready to go.
Okay, perfect. So we'll have to finish that later, guys. That was really good. Thank you so much, Morning, for that. That's awesome.
Yeah, and be sure to check out his YouTube. He does these montages regularly, and more down montages too. So if you're into that kind of thing.
We'll get back to it there, Yokai. Don't worry, buddy. Please, I know we didn't finish the video, guys, but check out Morning's channel. Seriously, that's only one of many montages. You know, I guess you'll just have to go to his channel there to finish it off. Make the graphics worse? Yeah, I can do that if that's a preference. I think most people are used to looking at the game on bad graphics.
Your settings look pretty good. I mean,
I'm probably
turn
just
down
gonna
a little bit.
I'm gonna up the FOV a little bit. It's okay, guys. My computer can handle it.
All right, so we got the champions duel going on right now. This is going to decide which team gets to ban a map or pick a map.
Oh, this is tough for me, Chief. Okay, so Morning and Blonde are literally... Okay, Blonde takes it for... Wow. Okay, so
Yeah,
Morning and
so-
Blonde are literally 2 of my favorite players in the game. Like, period. I love those guys. They're both fantastic players. Whenever they're on a team, they really show up. I'm already really excited for this matchup, just seeing those 2. That is so exciting.
Yeah, and I have a feeling that Morning might have got psyched out a little bit because he did just win a tournament with Blonde at his side, so might be a little bit of a mental edge there.
That's a really important thing to point out. I mean, you know, most of the viewers here, I'm sure, are melee slasher players, and they're used to that aspect. But a lot of it that goes into these fights is really just the mental component. And if you've convinced yourself at the beginning of the fight that you aren't going to win, then it's very unlikely that you'll be able to pull through on just mechanics alone. It's all about confidence when it comes to these matchups, really. And I think Chief said that best.
All right. So we have Jeremy's team picking Dark Forest Attack as the first game. And I think we're probably going to see a lot of Dark Forests in this tournament, but we were hoping to get some bans of Dark Forests. We could see some Stones there Outpost play.
Maybe at one point we will. You know, I think people are really comfortable with this map at this point. I don't think there's a team that wouldn't be comfortable in picking Dark Forest. You know what I mean? I can't imagine it at this point, because regularly that is what the Shiv enthusiasts play on, right?
Oh yeah, it's like 96, 97% on Dark Forest.
Right. Well, it's just the best map in the game, period, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think like it really depends how your team's shot calling is and kind of like team cohesion, because if you can't get a decent shot caller, then you're not going to do well on Stones Hill or Outpost, really. Or even Sluice on Dark Forest. I mean, if we see a lot of Sluice holds, it's going to come down to who can get their team together, you know? Like herding cats, as someone said last night.
That is really what's so exciting about this map, I think, is it has so many stages to it where you're looking at different components that require a lot of different things. And like you said, you know, that ranges anywhere from just a simple cart push to these really coordinated objective, like you know, killing the King's family or Sluice Gate, which is by far probably, as you know, as any ship player knows, the most frustrating thing to set up. You know, winning one side and then losing the other side, it's heartbreaking. It really is. And then, you know, there are the moments you have there where you have one player who is just able to, you know, just pour in and take out all the opposition on one side and win it for it. So that's really exciting to see. So we have Ren and Morning on the same team. That's wow. That is awesome. So I know a lot about, you know, obviously some of the players here, but Chief, maybe you can give us some more, enlighten us a little bit more on some of the other players that we're not familiar with here.
All right, yeah. So I'll just go through the teams here. So we got Team Jared on Agatha. The captain was Jared. He picked the lineup. You got Morning going Knight, supposedly. That's an interesting choice because you got Frazzle and Strato, who both have plugged a decent amount of times, and they always play Knight. A little confused with the composition here for blue team. They might change things around at the last second. In fact, I think they will have to, because their comp is really just throwing me off right now. Strato, Rat, I mean, he's only played Rat maybe once in his entire career, so...
Interesting, oh.
They might be doing a little bit of memeing in the beginning.
You think so?
To the stream.
They're waiting for the call-outs from you.
And then on the red team, Jeremy, it looks like they had a spear main, Mars, and that was Margie from the Mordhouse scene, and he is not playing. So instead they got Slayer of Childs on Knight. And a little bit of controversy behind Slayer of Childs. He was pretty pissed that he got put in D tier.
Oh, really? Okay. Right, because
so he's got kind of a chip on his shoulder right now.
Interesting. Okay.
Well,
so
something to prove.
Something I want to go over with you really quickly, because I didn't catch most of it. Oh, it looks like we are starting up here, guys. Okay, so we'll get back to that discussion later.
All right, here we go. So we do have Jared on Rat versus Dirty Red. That's going to be an interesting matchup. Jared is more of a anti-Knight Rat. He doesn't really go for the duels as much, so you're going to see him kind of waiting and flanking more than just seeking out the duel.
Okay, we're going to take a look on the Agatha side here, just to see how they're going to gear up.
Got Morning and Strato and Vanguard. Interesting choices. Brandy Halberd. All right, here we go. First engagement of the tournament. Opening up, you're going to see Agatha doing good frontal damage, but getting flanked in the back by Mason. Agatha just pushing through. Their Knight's doing a good job of just cleaving. 3-1 Agatha. That's going to be an Agatha victory for the first engagement. Oh, good pick there from Jeremy. That's huge. All right. Blue Knights are going to have to fall back a little bit, and Red's going to get the progress. Really no harm, no foul there for Red.
Yeah, Jeremy getting that pick just meant a lot for them right there.
Yeah, for sure.
Just him able to get that little quick cleave is gonna equal this progress that we're seeing now, and Agatha really has to reset at this point.
I'll tell you, man, one of the things that I really love about this game is moments like that where you have to decide, is it the right thing to just go down and respawn, or is it the right thing to try to get that pick? Because it can be critical either way sometimes. Jeremy made the right move. All right, Morning getting that double stab with the Brandy. Comes back with the fake. Gets another one. And now he's going to go fight the rat, keep him busy. It's not working out for Morning, though. He does get the pick, but... Red, slight advantage in this 2v2.
Oh!
Jade Raven. That's a nice try, Morning.
Not able to take down the beast, Morning. Just not happening. Really, really good try by Jade there. He got a lot of damage in. And again, just, at that point there, it's like, do you just let yourself die and reset with your team, or should you try to get that pick? Is it worth it?
Yeah, so in that situation, you definitely want to just go down quicker because Morning's team has already respawned, and even if Jade Raven had won that duel, he wasn't getting much progress. All right, here we go. Red looking good right off the bat here. Good pick from Strato. He gets team killed, unfortunately. 3v2 advantage for Team Blue here. Yeah, they're doing a great job.
Run in Morning, we got the boys here against against one of their brothers, Blonde. You hate to see it, guys. You hate to see it. Can we get an F in the chat here for North, please?
I do love to see, though, when one of the top Mordau players comes to play. Actually, I guess several of the top Mordau players come to play Chivalry.
Yeah,
So
I
it's
would say,
interesting to see.
Blonde is an X at this point. Because he has retired the game, but Ren and Morning are still top players. Really powerful engagement by Red here. They're just pushing through, uncontested at the moment. 0 deaths. That was a pretty clean sweep. Wow, that was a very impressive push there by Red.
So I think I'm ready to give my first prediction of the
Yeah,
matchup
yeah.
here.
Let's hear it. Yeah.
So what I've seen in this first couple engagements is Morning was really just going completely uncontested in his Brandy play, and he was just dominating the engagements. But that time, he wasn't as effective. His team was not really lined up around him. All right, this is going to be another win for Agatha here.
Jade trying to pull through. Jeremy just trying to stay alive at this point. He's not able to do it though. Really, really good contesting by by Blue there. Just able to push through. So at this point, Chief, I'm going off my memory here because I haven't played Chivalry in a while. But at this point, it makes sense for Agatha to try to push up, right? Because they did have a delayed spawn there with Red.
To be honest, the initiative to push really decreases by the second. So
Right.
if they can do it, but they waited almost 1 second too many.
And they didn't have a full team. I just noticed there. They only had 3
They
Agatha.
didn't. It looks like it's working out well, though. Red's not going to get much progress off of this.
I guess it
So
really
it's
just
kind of
comes down.
critical.
Yeah.
It's
Sorry,
kind of
go ahead.
critical for Red here because they got the cart up to this tree by just under 6 minutes. So really, they don't need to be worried about like winning engagements and getting small amounts of progress. They should really just try to get up close to the bridge with their 5 men, win that engagement, and then push the cart all the way through in one swoop.
So I like to see this here. Morning always trying to start off the engagement with a heavy damage on the vanguards. He usually does a big hit off the top. Morning getting stuck in the duel in the backline here. Jared is able to take down somebody in the front. That's one of their knights. That's one of their heavier hitters. The vanguard's still alive. Jade's going to try to pull through, but it's not going to work out for him. It looks like the knights Ren's going to finish him off there. So so we see 4 Agatha now. At this point, it would make sense to push up a little bit here, gain some ground for Agatha, while Red,
push,
yeah, get a full push in there. Because the idea here is you want to push back Red as much as possible, just to delay that progress. And Red's a little bit intimidated here.
Yeah, I would be too with Morning getting nine kills, 7 assists.
So, you know, notice that time Red just focused Morning and killed him right off the bat. They sent 2 knights on him. They probably just said, "Hey, everyone else stay alive while we take out the carry."
Yeah. Yeah, and that's gonna be probably one of their strategies going forwards here.
I mean,
Alright,
it's just
so-
it probably is just having a player like Morning on a role like Vanguard is gonna mean a lot, because for those of you who don't know, the way the class system works in Chivalry is Vanguard can deal the most damage overall. Like, it has the higher rate of DPS, mainly because it's positioning, range, and power. You know, versus like the other class like Knight and Man at Arms. So you really want to keep your Vanguards alive. Yeah, I'll try to show that more often for you, Gambler.
Alright, here we go. Morning getting 2v1'd in the beginning. Red doing a good job of cleaning up the other 4 players. Now let's see what's going to happen. This is going to be critical for Red team here.
It's really just come down to Morning and Ren here, I think.
And yeah, Ren did such a nice job in that engagement. Oh,
He's not able to finish it off, though. Dirty Red gets that little
really
pick in.
strange. Oh my goodness. That could
Ren
be
just
huge.
eats that stab. You hate to see that. It's going to come down to this duel here with Strato and Dirty Red.
Interesting.
Oh, he's able to duck it. It doesn't last too long, though. Really nice try there.
This Vanguard Strato with the halberd was actually coached by Morning. So
Oh,
he's
wow.
almost he's a mini Morning.
He's a mini
in fact.
Morning. I love that.
So he's almost on his way to being a dueler boy.
I'm noticing that Red here is trying to get a pick off, so they're more comfortable with this push. As it looks like what they're doing. Ren's a bit overextended here, but I mean, with the time being at the 228 that it is, this is a lot of time that I don't think Red can afford to waste.
No, especially because Ren did a great job of going back to their spawns. So now it's gonna be kind of a rip for Team Jeremy here.
Ren put them in a really awkward spot there. You know, do you push in and get flanked, or do you push him and just take the L? You know, because Ren's going to be back here in any second. Are they able to get the engagement off before he's here? I think they might. No, here he is. He's getting in there either way.
Not only is he's gonna come in on the flank too.
2 early picks by Red, though. They just have to focus a target here.
Wow.
They're able to push it
Excellent job.
through. Really well done.
You know, I was starting to think we were gonna see a DNF.
Oh, you wouldn't.
There,
Oh,
but
you wouldn't want to see that. Oh God.
No, definitely not. For the sake of the viewers, am I right?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, here we go. So we're looking at 11 minutes. Let's check the scoreboard out. See if there's any changes being made. Everything looks the same as the start. Jade Raven doing good. Jeremy doing good. Morning and Ren obviously doing good. All right, first engagement here. Blue getting that clean up on the side. All right, even 3v3. Blue the 3-2 advantage, and
Oh,
goodness.
he just shish kebabbed them.
It's like the advantage in the team fights is just changing so quickly. Like Red was down in that 3v3, and then they got the pick, but then Morning got the double skewer. You know, it's just changing so quick.
That's something I really like about Chivalry that you don't get in Mordhau. Is there's no easy way to stay alive in Chiv. You know, you really need to pay attention.
Yeah, for sure. And there's really no digging in Chivalry. There's no trench warfare style.
Yeah.
You know, it's all about who can get in there quick, fast action, hit them hard. All right, 10 minutes.
I definitely prefer to watch this sort of team play because it's more fun. You get a lot more clutch moments. You know, you're able to see a player like Morning just absolutely just crush through people. In like look at him here. He's just trying his best. He's already outstamped the Man at Arms on the side here. The Red are trying to counter. Jared's in a bit of an awkward spot, and they're actually punished for it. So Mason rotated really well there, and we had Jeremy just stay alive so long that Jade's able to get the picks on the side. Blonde's in a bit of a duel on the right here. Ren's got about no health left, and he's going to go down. We have 4 Mason up with an excellent push on the way. Dirty Red was just moving the cart the whole time.
He was, yep.
Wow, really good work there.
So here's the switch that I thought was going to be made a lot earlier in this game. Now, Team Mason has a Brandy stock. So Morning's not just going to be able to go free every single engagement. He's going to have to worry about that counter Brandy. And you can see him facing off right here. If I was Blonde, I probably wouldn't go for the duel, the Brandy, but I would definitely put some pressure on him like he's doing. Yeah, and they did a great job. All right, 3v2, 2v2.
No, this is where.
Oh,
another pick
Ren.
by Blonde.
Where was the parry, Ren?
They want to get that card progress off. Guys, just focus on killing him. Come on, let's see it out.
Yeah, honestly, they could both just get on the card and be moving it this whole time. Okay, yeah, so now this is where they need to just go down. They're wasting their team's time right now. Bit of a throw there from those two red players. They should have been pushing the cart while 2v1ing.
At least they got a lot of progress out of it.
Yeah, it was definitely a good overall push. All right, let's see. We got a rat flanking top right. Rat duel. I'll keep an eye on that. Oh, looks like blue coming back to help their rat, making sure that red doesn't get that flank progress. All right.
The rat's getting pushed here. Looks like by Morning. Morning might be in a bit of a compromised spot. No, looks like he's okay.
He's probably just going to sit up there for a little bit, but his impact will be minimalized. Yep. Yeah,
and you can
Red just
already
going
see it.
through.
Yeah. So without
Yeah,
Morning in
that's-
that engagement, so you can really notice here right away how much of an impact Morning is having. You know, a player like that on Brandy stock is just keeping the enemies at bay, and without that, they're just able to push right through.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, 19 kills, 11 assists, that kind of speaks for itself. Like, if he's not going to be
Yeah.
there, then your team's going to be in trouble.
Yeah, Morning and Ren really showing up.
All right, we have a nice Brandy stock duel on the left side. It does go in the favor of red team. Blonde overpowered. Mason getting cart progress, which is good. Just under 7 minutes now. Jade Raven,
Wow.
this is a big
Wow,
Raven's
Jade.
coming in clutch right now. Yep.
Jade
Yep.
Raven and Dirty Red, really, really good job, guys. Wow, that was insane.
You never count out some of these Vanguard players because they're just gonna throw in these reverses that don't even make sense. And if you're not ready to parry, I mean, right there, 2v3 turns.
There it
into
is.
A win.
And that is an easy push by Red there. And we're moving on to Sluice next.
Hell yeah, it was basically two main pushes from red to get the card all the way in. That's just absolutely massive.
Jade really
11-12.
showing up for his team. That is insane. He's just about matched with Morning there.
Yeah, the only difference being he's not playing the absolute easiest weapon in the entire game.
Yeah, I've heard from a lot of Chivalry players that Brandy stock is considered just the best now.
Well, I don't know if I'd call it the best, but it's definitely the easiest.
Right. Okay.
But all right,
Well,
this is where we're gonna see which team is more coordinated.
So blue is gearing up here on the B side. Just anticipating Red's push. We're gonna see the first engagement.
All right, Morning did switch off Brandy stock for this objective. Yeah, Red didn't have their full squad there, but actually, it looks like they're coming out on top. They do. Now it's gonna be a 2v2 for point, and yeah, they're gonna fall off to A, reinforce over there, get healed up.
So at this point, it's just going to be about more intercepting the spawns here. If Red's able to push anybody who's coming out early, it looks like they're not going to go in favor of that though. They're just going to focus once again on just trying to take B. You know, if I was in this position, I feel like I would try to tell my teammates here, you know, to watch the sides when we get control of one over the other. Very awkward fight right now. Everyone's just sort of hitting through each other. We're down to a 2v2 between the Man-at-Arms and the Vanguard. Jade goes down. We have Dirty Red left up against Jared and Strato. He's got no stam. He's got a dream, and he's down. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to pull through. Yeah, Jade is really showing up here today. I don't. I've really noticed a lot of performance out of that guy. I'm not familiar with the player myself, but he's really impressed me just from what I've seen so far.
Oh, he's a consistently high level player, man, for sure. Definitely one to rival Morning. All right. So in my experience on Sleuth, the only way that Red Team is really going to get a decisive victory on this objective is if they get one of these fights out in the middle platform area, and they just need to delete, 4 players right off the bat. If they grind out a slow team engagement and they only end up with like 1 or 2 players left, they're just not going to get the objective.
Right.
They really
Okay.
need a decisive engagement win to be able to get. Because the theory is you put 1 man on each point, obviously, to get the objective going, and then you have 1 man push out from each of those points to block the blue team from defending.
Right. Okay.
So if they can't get at least 3 or 4 people to win one of these engagements, then it's gonna be a DNF.
Yeah, this is often regarded as the toughest objective to acquire in this
100%.
map. So
Yeah.
we may very well see a stop here. We see Blonde going for some nasty picks from below. Him and the Vanguard both flanking from behind. Jay's just trying to stay alive. He's got the Knight to reinforce him. Looks like Red is taking the initiative in the middle, and they're cleaning up. Morning goes down. We have the Man-at-Arms running out point, and we just have the Knight left, who eventually also goes down. Man-at-Arms taking the smart move here to rotate and control this A point. But he's got some opposition.
Oh, I like what he's doing here. I really like what he's doing. He just baited Dirty Red to fall off the edge, and that's going to be a rip for Team Jeremy.
And yeah, Ren intercepted on the other side. He's not able to win the duel, but it's not going to matter if they can't control this left point, which they are overwhelmed at the moment. Dirty Red goes down, and the Vanguard's Blonde's trying to get some space here, but he's got 3 people on him. He's not able to do much with that. And the Knight, the Mason Knight here on the far side, does take the smart move, and he pushes back, which is probably the best thing he could do at this point. Because like you said, like if you can't get control of that 1 point, there's just no point. There's just no reason to do it. It looks like Mason's grouping up on the right side here, and Blue's going to push out. They're gonna try to contest this.
Slayer of Trials got really good damage on Morning and Razzle.
Yeah, early picks coming out from Red we're seeing here. Blue's
he
able to
goes
bring
down.
it back a little bit.
Yeah. All right.
We're really going pick for pick here.
They got 3. It's not going to be quite enough, but they might be able to make something happen. Looks like they're going to go for the reinforcement on B point.
It looks like that engagement took just long enough that Agatha was able to get a respawn in and reinforce the A position, which is all they need, right? Which is exactly why they pushed out in the first place.
Right. It is an interesting strategy for a Morning's team, though, to push out like that, because having all 5, if you get insta-wiped with all 5, you lose the objective, 100%. So it's interesting they're not sending people to rotate over to B right now. It's kind of a gamble, in my opinion. All right, here we go. They need to kill this man quick if they want to get the objective. Yeah, I think he survived just long enough to get the respawns.
Let's take a quick look at the scoreboard here again. So we're seeing Jade still really on top here. He's really showing up in every single one of these engagements.
Oh, this is huge. They need to get Morning. They need to kill Morning. They can get it right here if they kill him. All right. Yeah, B's going to go down.
So we have them winning on A and losing on B. So they just sort of traded 3 for 1 there.
So that was kind of that was a good example of, team cohesion wins this objective. Team Red did not see that Team Blue had 2 or 3 men running over to B, and they didn't send enough reinforcements to go and help Jeremy there, and he went down on the 1v3, and that's another minute and a half lost when it's all said and done. Actually, they're going to lose more time because their players are still out there fighting.
Oh, man just exploded.
Yeah, that makes sense. We haven't seen any full push from Blue. Oh, it looks like they're going to do it now. As I say, they're going to push the spawns. Red's going to get caught out with 3 players.
So probably the best thing Red could have done in this position is just drop down and fall back. I don't know if they realized they were surrounded though. It didn't seem like it.
They should have known. There's really no excuse on that one.
I think a lot of it just comes down to the pressure of you're so worried about which side you should push, exactly how you should do it. You start to like lose focus on what's a little bit more important, and that's just staying alive.
Oh yeah.
I think that just hit red there.
Yeah, with less than 4 minutes left in the first match of the entire tournament, they're not feeling too good right now. It's probably affecting their decision-making process. You can see their team fights just breaking down.
Yeah, I'm noticing a bit of panic here on red side. It looks like they're having their vanguards engaging, but they're playing defensively, which is very odd. It's really weird. I think blue is maximizing their engagements. They're really focusing the vanguards early on, and the vanguards are getting caught out, is what it seems like. And like you want to keep your vanguards alive as long as possible, because like I said earlier, they can just deal the most damage. Blue is really decisively just taking down red at this point. Yeah, Blonde could still be asleep. He hasn't activated yet. That's okay. We still got 3 minutes left here, folks.
Seeing really high performance from the lower tier players on Jared's team. Strato for Razzle. Just doing really putting up really good numbers for considering they were C tier. Also, shout out to Jared, doing a great job at shutting down Dirty Red.
Jeremy, unfortunately, isn't able to make the most out of that engagement. He tried his best there, but that is a tough position to be put in. Yeah, so I can speak a little bit about Farazzo because I am familiar with him. He's a consistently strong player in Mordhau, so it doesn't surprise me that he's able to show up on in a game like Chivalry. They are very different games. I do understand that, but Farazzo is just a very consistent Mordhau player, so I'm not surprised he's able to make more out of this game as well. It looks like Red's finally going to pull an engagement here. The Knights are able to clean up on the left. The Vanguard's on the right. They're going to push in.
Here we go. So they really need to figure out what they're going to do here. They need to push the spawns. They need to check where blue team is spawning, and they need to match appropriately. Morning's already out on A point, and it looks like Blonde is going to refuse that 1v3 smartly. All right, so 3 A side. Red really needs to get another player over there. Their 2 men are going to get deleted in the 3v2. Yep. And
no damage out whatsoever.
Yeah. I mean, that's what happens. 3v2s.
And Red's going to go down here, it looks like.
Yep. So that's kind of, that's what I've been talking about this whole time. Like, they really kind of just panicked. They didn't match properly, and they got hugely punished for it. That was 2 minutes of their time wasted.
And Blue's pushing in here on the Man-at-Arms of the Knight, who were just totally caught unaware of what was going on. Blonde's able to stay alive, get some damage out, though. There's a few duels going on. Ren wins his duel. He's gonna engage in this 2v2. Blonde's getting caught at a little bit of team damage by Ren. Blonde gets hit in the back, and Morning's cleaning up for the rest of the team. And I think Jade and Slayer are just gonna hang out for a second, it looks like.
Hello, Cranberry. Welcome to the stream. This is first round, and it looks like it's going to be a DNF on Sluice. It's been a pretty good match so far. Overall, the engagements have been relatively even, with more decisive victories coming for Agatha team. Yeah, there's one more thing I wanted to say about Farazzo being a consistent Mordhau player. He also pugs a lot, so he's practicing Shiv a lot more than most of the main Mordhau players.
Okay, so that is it. It looks like Jared's team is going to take it for the first round.
I'm just gonna get the screenshot.
So, Chief, do you mind just going over the rules really quickly in the with some of the people here who might not be aware of exactly how the events are going to take place, how the matches are going to work?
Sure. So there is a there's a map selection process which we saw at the beginning of this map, and it's basically 2 champions will face off, and that's how the maps are picked. And then the actual rules for in-game, the biggest one is the 50% rule, where you can't have more than 50% of your team as one class. So basically, that's why you're always going to see 2 Vanguards, 2 Knights, and 1 Men-at-Arms. Which plays a big part, really, because team composition, you know, if you don't have a Rat player or a Men-at-Arms player, and you have to take a Knight or a Vanguard and put them on Rat, that's a huge issue.
Mm-hmm.
You know. But it looked like it really worked out there for Jared's team, because Jared is pretty versatile. He plays Vanguard and Rat, whereas Dirty Red only plays Rat, really. So let's see what else we got for rules. That's pretty much it. The tournament is double elimination. So even if you lose your first game on the first day, you will have a chance to play in the losers bracket. And if you make it all the way through the losers bracket, you get into the grand finals. So even if the team goes down right now, they can still perform well and make it to the very finals.
Yeah, so we did see a DNF on Sluice Gate, so we're getting ready for the second round here, guys. For those of you just tuning in. I'm continued to be impressed by Jade Raven's presence there, even when this team wasn't able to back him up as much, just because they were mostly caught out of position. I noticed quite a bit. He was still performing really, really well on his team.
Yeah, so if you don't know, Jade Raven, S tier player. He plays any class. He'll play Rat.
He does it all,
play
right?
Vanguard,
Okay.
He'll play Knight. Yep. He's not the most commanding of presences in a Discord channel, but he's always putting up really high numbers.
Yeah, we got an interesting question from T-Pope here. How often in Shiv do both teams DNF?
Yeah, DNFs are quite common, especially on Sluice. It's such a hard objective that requires coordination. So I'd be surprised if you saw another DNF on Sluice.
I would be willing to bet that if you were to take all the statistics for every single Chivalry game that we've ever seen, you would have the highest DNF ratio on Sluice Gate. Absolutely. Because it's just like we were talking about earlier, the absolute cohesion that is needed to fulfill an objective like that is so demanding. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen quite a bit. Oh, Nathuk made a really good point here. More DNFs do happen without archers, and that's absolutely true. For those of you who don't know, archers absolutely ruled Chivalry. It was a very dark time in the Shiv history when we allowed archers at any point to play in these games, because they were just absurdly more powerful than every other class in the game, and we allowed it for so long because there were a lot of archer mains, and there were people who sympathized with it, who liked the variety, and I was someone who enjoyed playing archer, but it was disgustingly overpowered. I mean, you can literally one shot the strongest class on the team in the game. It's just an absurd class. So it's no wonder you guys decided to get rid of it, honestly.
All right, and we are ready to go. The time to beat on the second objective is 5 minutes and 50 seconds. And we are starting in.
Okay, so we're seeing similar compositions here from the teams. So we have Frazzle and Ren both on Knight again. It looks like we're seeing exactly the same here on the red team.
Yeah, and there's really no need to change it up. Both teams were doing their
Well, we see
roles
Blonde actually switched to Knight here.
He was playing Knight last round, I believe.
He was? Okay. It must have just been
no,
at the end.
No, he must have been switching because Jeremy was playing Knight out a little bit. So yeah, you're right. He was switching around.
Yeah, I haven't seen much from Jeremy. From what I have seen, he's mostly played Vanguard. I mean, he excels quite a bit from what I've noticed.
Alright, first objective underway here. We got Agatha pushing in the left side of the cart. Doing good frontal damage with a knight flanking. Oh, that CK is going to come in big. Yep, Red's going to get the cleanup.
Wow. So what just happened there, Chief? Because we noticed a really strong Agatha push, and then all of a sudden Mason just was able to clean up.
Yeah, so you had an Agatha Knight Vanguard pushing in the left side of the cart, and they were doing really well, and then the Agatha Knight was flanking, but unfortunately, I think it was Jade Raven got a team kill, and that stopped their assault pretty much cold. And then,
Right, yeah.
Red team Vanguards were just able to clean up the rest. Alright, let's see how they're going to play here. They're going to play it more defensive. Nope, they're pushing in again, left side. And they're going to get collapsed on. Yeah, that's not going to be a winning strategy for blue here. Jade Raven, a second team kill. But it's not going to really matter.
A second cleanup by red, wow.
Yeah, they need to not... Blue team cannot just push in piecemeal by themselves. They need to do a better job of getting all 5 people together.
Yeah, Red's doing a really good job at maximizing their opportunities here. They're noticing a lot of places that can be punished.
Yeah, once again, seeing a split up push, but Jade Raven gets that early pick. Jeremy doing a great job of surviving, but 3v3, all even here. Okay, team kill from Strato. That's going to put blue team at a good advantage. Oh,
It's gonna come down to these two. Okay, who? Oh,
nice try.
nice try. Yeah, so Jade just able to clear up there, and Blonde did a really good job of staying alive for them.
Let me ask you, man, did you see that absolutely disgusting gamble from Strato? He did a reverse with his halberd.
No,
into the other player's input, and then he was able to get the combo off.
Oh.
Just disgusting 50-50 style gamble.
And he felt pretty confident with it.
Oh, he got it too. He got it. Alright, here we go. Agatha coming in. They do have a Brandy now.
That's a 1 pick by Agatha.
Yeah, Dirty Red wins the rat duel.
Seem to be trading here a lot.
They need to stop Frazzle though. Okay, there we go. Got him. Alright, Jeremy and Morning facing off. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Alright.
Don't want to be in his
Who's that,
montage.
Blonde?
That's Blonde.
Ooh, nice shot from Blonde.
It's going to take him down.
Don't want to be in his montage. I guarantee that Morning will make a montage just for the tournament. Sure. Especially if his team does well. He's all about the Tajes.
Yeah, well, he makes them really well. And he has excellent music choices. Everyone I've seen is just, yeah, really, really good. Okay, so again, we have Morning showing up here. Blonde also doing a really good job. I've always thought of Blonde more of a Knight player. He has extremely impeccable defense.
In the recent 3v3 Bills Brigade tournament, Blonde did play Knight the entire tournament, so I was expecting to kind of see that this time as well. Alright, Slayer of Trials needs to stay alive for a little bit. Yes, and he does get that nice pick.
That pick is going to mean a lot.
Yeah, for sure. It's going to mean the difference between getting the objective right here. So as long as blue doesn't trickle in right here, they should be able to stop the cart.
Looks like they're going to take the 2v2. Yeah. Red's smart, taking the conservative approach here and just pulling back a little bit.
Telling you, Jade Raven's not going to give up. He's going to go for Morning's back right here, and he's going to get it.
He's got that easy damage. Morning reads that backswing.
Alright, here we go. Blue needs to get a little bit more grouped up.
Blonde is baiting the engagement here. He wants his Vanguards to pincer in, it looks like.
You see a flank from red team. Jared going for cart. Blue team has no idea. Blue team gets a team kill. And this is going to be a duel for red advantage here.
Looks like we're going to have a duel in the cart here. Now we're gonna focus on this duel here.
Yeah, it's going to go the way of Jared. He's a very good rat, especially when fighting lower tier players.
Yeah, it's not going to be easy to duel rat, period. But I you know, a pro rat, just a pro rat, you know, esports rat.
I am kind of disappointed though. I did want to see the Jared's Y-hander fury of gambles that he always does.
And we might still get it. There is time. We're seeing a little fight on the card here. We got a 2v2. Agatha just trying their best to delay. I'm not sure how I feel about that push that Jay just did. And Dirty Red just did. I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah, he also didn't have an F1, which means he didn't get the auto respawn that you get after the objective is finished. So that's kind of a throw there. They're gonna have to wait for him to respawn to push in. Usually you only want to trickle like that if you have your F1
And
saved up.
Agatha's going to take this engagement. That's very brave of them, I gotta say. They're staying alive as long as they can, waiting for Dirty Red to get there. I don't think it's enough, though.
Oh,
Dirty Red does get a
pick, though.
pick.
Yeah, not
Okay, and
good
he
enough,
goes down.
for sure.
Yep. You know, and that was just a weird decision by Blue, and I'm noticing a lot more awkward decisions that they're having. So I'm not sure if it's just a lack of focus, or if they're just getting a little bit nervous. I mean, you know, this is a pretty powerful lead right now. But you have to remember, you know, when the sides were switched, we did see the blue team push through this really quickly as well.
True, but in order to win this match, red team just needs to get the card in before 5 minutes. And it
right.
doesn't matter if they get loose or not, as long as they get the card in.
And it looks like Red is going to clean up this engagement again. So far, Red has yet to be stopped on this card.
Yeah, you know, I'm friends with all these people, but I have to give my honest opinion, and I don't think that Blue has the shot calling capacity to really bring this match around here.
Right.
A lot of quiet players, nice players, but quiet players. We'll see if they can get it together here. No, not looking like it. And this is one of the hardest moments here because now Red has 3 players and Blue's going to be spawning on 2 different sides. So they need to choose if they're going to waste time and group up or if they're going to trickle in and try to get that 2v3 or 3v3. But if they make the wrong choice, Red can totally get the cart right here, and that can be a game. Alright, so we're seeing a 4v3 with 1 red reinforcement coming in. And the last Agatha coming in as well. Oh no, the blue team losing the 4v3. Shadow with the TK evening out to 3v3. Now blue going down. That's going to be game over right there.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything they can do at this point, right?
No, because red can just send out 3 men to push the spawn, and that's a rip. So first game, it was a good opener. It was obviously very one-sided in the way of Jared's team, but decent game to get our feet wet here.
Definitely GG guys. Let's get that in the chat.
Yeah, for sure.
Like even though you know we didn't see Jeremy's team win, we still saw a lot of really powerful performance. I think it really just came down to decision making at the end of it, and just overall presence of the vanguards on the red team. I think that's really what sold it in for them.
Yeah, I mean I'm just gonna restart the map here, but my final analysis is you know, you had more depth from Jared's team.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you had really good top players, and then you had Frazzle and Strato, and I didn't see it during the draft, but those were just 2 really good picks.
Right?
You know?
Yeah.
They have really solid people in the bottom end of their lineup, and they also have Shadow waiting in the wings to play too. So, you know, it's that's I didn't see it at the time, but that's going to make a big difference in this tournament for sure. All right, so that is end of the first match. We are at 2:49. So I think we're gonna take a quick break and then do some montages, or we're gonna just jump right in.
Yeah, we'll take a little break here. When's the next match supposed to start? At 3?
3 o'clock, and I'm gonna start pinging the captains for the teams now.
Okay. All right. Ready. Yeah, let's come back at like 2:55, guys. We'll do a quick Taj if there's time. Go to the champion duel and then go from there.
All right. See y'all in about 5 minutes.